back everybody to the video series dedicated show on Bravo that always leaves you with a bitter, strong baking soda aftertaste after every episode. That's right, I'm talking about Bravo's Below Deck Mediterranean Season 4, Episode 2, and this episode starts off where last episode left off, and that was Chef Mila using her French culinary skills to know exactly when to take the steaks out of the microwave. And Hannah, with no confidence, serves these to the guests, and the guests love them. They say it's perfectly cooked, and everybody breathes a sigh of relief as their tips remained intact for one more day. But the next day, after Aisha gives everybody a strawberry science lesson, everybody else is in the galley wondering the logistics and the reality of giving them their beach lunch picnic later on this afternoon, and they come up with a plan, they come up with a menu, they come up with a time, and everything that could go wrong goes wrong. And Chef Mila can't get like 5 sandwiches and 2 salads done in a timely manner, so they're all an hour behind. Everybody is trying to figure out and rush, put stuff on the beach, get everything up. It's all gravel. They find out that they don't have tequila, which everybody wants cocktails when you're on a big old yacht. Colin destroys one of the bottles of tequila because he tries to grab it with the other bottle of tequila. Of course, it starts to rain, so they have to rush them back all on the boat. And now it's time for somebody's birthday. One of the charter guests is having a birthday this episode, and we finally figure out what Chef Mila's ultimate kryptonite is, and that is birthday cake. I don't even know if she knows what a birthday cake looks like. I don't think she's ever tasted one. She claims that she hates making them and she doesn't like them, and she's just throwing stuff in this mixer. Like, I don't even know if she's like really measuring. She's using a glass, just a normal glass, to measure everything out and do it. Finally, she comes up with some resemblance of a cake, and people are eating it, and they automatically find out that it is terrible, as it leaves this bitter, disgusting aftertaste of baking soda. And she's like, it's not that bad, I've had worse, so I'm just gonna serve it. And that's when Anastasia has to step in as designated hitter or designated caker and says, my mom is like an executive baker, a pro baker, baking is in my blood. I can make cupcakes, I can make regular cakes, I can make teacup cakes, I can make whatever cakes I would want. And I know it all by memory. She makes a beautiful cake. I think she should go on Cake Wars, and they all love it. However, Chef Mila is not all happy and smiley because she thinks a couple of the stews gave her a little gut punch, as Hannah says in front of everybody, "Oh, Anastasia, you should take the cake out to the guests because you baked it." And Chef Mila's like, "Why do you have to say it out loud? It sounds so bad when you say it out loud." And then when Asia's picking up everything from the guests and taking it back to the thing, she goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, Anastasia baked your cake for you." And everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna thank her." And of course, Chef Mila can hear, and she's like, "Oh, why'd you have to say that? Just say I made the cake." And Asia's like, "Why would I say that? You didn't make the cake. Why should I cover for you because you made a big L of a cake? You made a dub of a cake, and now you're just like, oh, I want to take credit for it." And Anastasia's like, "No, we did it as a team effort." And before we get into all the rest of the stuff that happens in this episode with Chef Mila, I think Hannah's in a great position this summer early on. She's getting along with her stews, she's getting along with Captain Sandy, she's getting along with Joao. However, I think Joao's in for a rough season, as he's already getting some blowback from Travis in the confessionals, not to his face, but in the confessionals. Travis is being a little pessimistic about the hierarchy of yachting and all the yachting in general. And then Jack is trying to blow off some work, trying to get some tea, taking some extra breaks, taking Captain Sandy's radio, so he's already on Captain Sandy's doghouse list. So it's not looking good for him. And I like Joao's mentality as a leader. He says he needs to know what motivates Jack to work and then use that to work. However, once you get into a precarious situation or ornery charter guests, that's gonna be thrown out the window. He can't just try to motivate Jack to work. He just needs somebody to just do it, which I know Travis will do it, but he's gonna have some blowback on Jack, on Joao. Speaking of Travis, speaking of Mila, before you can even think that how much worse could it get, they're not even on charter anymore, they're waiting for their charter guests, it's a night out of the town, everybody's wanting to walk around Nice, France, everybody wants to have some French toast at the Louvre, they want to have some French fries in the Eiffel Tower, it's gonna have a good night. However, in the van, the topic of homosexuality was brought up. Chef Mila gives her opinions, her strong opinions. She states that how can a man be with another man? She says it's unnatural, it's disgusting, she would never want her son to see that kind of behavior, and Travis goes off. He is going at Mila the whole time and says that he doesn't even want to be on the same side of the table while they're out. He doesn't want to talk to her while they're out. He calls her even an oxygen thief. That's where this episode ends. That's it. That's over. It cuts out right there. And when you think, okay, Chef Mila is digging her grave, there's no way she can go any further, guess what? We get a sneak preview of her with the other charter guests, and these charter guests are not as nice as the first ones. These first ones were amazing to have as first charter guests because they were just so cool, calm, and relaxed. They rolled with the punches, but that's not every one of them. That's not even the normal one. They're the exception to the rule. These ones that are coming up, they know what they like, they know what they dislike, and they dislike canned crab, which Chef Mila looks like she's trying to pawn off on them. And it's getting really bad. Captain Sandy had to talk to her at the end of this episode, which shout out to Captain Sandy for MVPing that prosciutto cutting. She made it so thin, thinner than Mickey Mouse in like the Christmas Story, I think. And then she's gonna have another talk next episode with Mila, and then it goes so even further that Hannah is going up to Anastasia and saying, get ready because you're gonna be in the galley, you're gonna be the new chef, and Anastasia gets wide-eyed. And that's where this episode ends, that's where the sneak peek ends. But what did you think about this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think is going to happen to Chef Mila? Do you think she's going to at least last through the rest of the next charter guests? Or do you think she's going to be cut out earlier than later in this season? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear what you have to say. And what do you think about all the people in general? We get a wider view on Asia, we get a wider view on Anastasia, we get a wider view on Chef Mila, Travis. Who is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think is going to happen to Jack? Do you think he's going to be sent off in a little dinghy somewhere in Nice, France? Let me know that too in the comment section below. And what do you think about this season? How is it stacking up for you? Are you enjoying it? Let me know that too. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to conversate with you guys. And thank you so much for watching. And while you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll be back with more videos in general. But until then, peace.